What happened 5 years ago? Happened again? Has happened again! That took a very long time to get that sentence out. Exclamation mark. Mr. Wright, continue! It's 2:30 PM on the day of the murder. Miss D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer inside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. Ellipses. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused another man to die. 5 years ago. It's karma. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Oh, very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my scriptwriting staff. You deny that what I said is true? Ellipses. Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of argument that Hammer died in the trailer, as you say. Yet the body was found in Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming I carried the body to Studio 1? And returned to the trailer, all in the space of a 15-minute break? What if you used the van? Herpa derpa derp. The break in the meeting of the trailer lasted 15 minutes from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time. Indeed! Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? She could have moved it! She had another way. What if she had another way to carry the body? Other than with her own hands? For instance? For that matter, there was no need for us to do the deed in 50 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. She looks happy. Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. It's going to be the van, and that's why it's in the evidence list. Take that. Music stopped. Booming on the table. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1. And you used the studio van to do it. Ellipses. So many ellipses! Oh my god, I never really noticed how many ellipses there are in this game. There's even ellipses in normal sentences as well. It's just like, just dotted everywhere. Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so I went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Ellipses. Hold on, Wright. Don't forget, it was Sal Manel that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manel was a conspirator? He doesn't have to have been. I'm going to say he wasn't. Of course he wasn't. Because I mean, his body could have been hidden in the back. Like, Jack Hammer's body could have been hidden in the back, and then D. Vasquez could have told him to go off somewhere else while she got the body completely unnoticed out of the back of the van. Okay, maybe not. So without Mr. Manel noticing anything, she put the body in the van. Then managed to put the body into the costume. Is she suggesting that's possible? Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I understand. Am I going to lose a life? I was kidding, to lighten up the proceedings. You can't lighten up a murder. Mr. Wright, the court requests that you refrain from making claims in jest. Am I going to lose a life for that? No, I'm not. Okay, I don't think I'm going to lose a life for that. Okay, good. Of course, Sam Nell had to be a conspirator. The body had to be placed in a van and put in its costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the steel samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Awesome. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? Happiness! No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose, you win. It was fun. I win. Ellipses. Further ellipses. Even more ellipses. Hardcore courtroom ellipses action. So, what happens next? Huh? Don't hurt me. Don't you have anything to say? Is it over? Is that as good a confession? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost? Something like that? I just said that. Wait, so you mean... D. Vasquez, so it was you? You killed Jack Hammer? Ellipses, ellipses, ellipses. Epic courtroom ellipses action. Who can say? She's really clasping at straws here. She really is. Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright, we just engaged a battle of wits. And the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Not only the possibility, like, that's surely the only possibility, surely. But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. Really? Really? I don't like proof. I've proven everything. Order! Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course, it's as the witness says. Certainly it does seem very likely that she did it, but there's no proof. Why can't they make it easy for me? Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving. Dang it! I need you... Okay, if you make another testimony, then we'll be able to poke holes in it again. I'd like you to testify again. Testify again?! No one to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You'd ask the same questions, get the same answers. A waste of time. Boom! Damn, damn! It's come so far, only to fail. As it seems there are no further questions, I'd like to end the cross-examination witness, Miss Vasquez. No! She did it! Edgeworth on our side. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth! I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honour. Oh, that is brilliant. That is a brilliant reason. That is a brilliant reason to object. I see, very well. Wait! I want to try again. I request the witness testify again. You're the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honour? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth. I too see little points in making Mr. Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly do you want to testify about? Anything! Just testify about anything! I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. This is so dumb. The courtroom... The whole courtroom system is entirely based around making them trip up. It's so silly. Why did Edgeworth? Who knows? He probably realised she did too. But... Wasn't he the one who said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that... Edgeworth. Witness testimony! This is only the second testimony of this trial. Okay. After finding the body. I was with Salad Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too. Only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police. Then Powers showed up. The security lady Oldbag was quite agitated, pointing to Powers saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. Okay, I don't see any immediate problems. Okay, Nick, we're close, real close. She may be acting tough now. They've put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. It's all about pressing at this point, I guess. Find the key you need and twist the truth out of her neck. Okie dokie. Cross-examination after finding the body. I was with Sal and Old Mag and the security lady when we found the body. Hold it! What time was that? We were to meet at 5 for the rehearsal, so I'd say it was then. When exactly did you and Mr. Manella arrive at the studio? About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes, mind you. Well, okay then. Let's press harder! Always press harder! Where were the other employees when you got to the studio? They weren't there yet. Boom! Well, then you could have put Hammer in that costume with someone else's help. Oh, what did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing any bodies into any costumes? I specifically said that. You should try to listen to what people are saying, boy. But boy. The witness will continue her testimony. Oh dear lord. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. Hold it! Mr. Powers was taking your nap, correct? So he says. Did no one go to call him? Remember, the 5th of November. There was a dead body lying in front of us, yet you expect me to be calm? You certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder. Oh, always press harder. Wait a second, wouldn't that be the other way around? The other way around? You discovered a murdered body and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go back and look for the missing person? I have to agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Vasquez? Logically speaking, perhaps. But no one there was thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without his steel samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand out. We often left him on the bus when shooting at location. No one noticed he was missing. Oh, poor Powers. he's even the main star as well. Well, I suppose that explains that. Very well, Miss Vasquez, you may continue. I immediately called the police, and then Powers showed up. Hold it! We can't really afford to get much wrong here, because we only have 4 lives left, out of 5, but still. I don't want to lose 8 lives, you know? What was everyone else doing at that time? No one said a thing. It was silent, completely silent. So he stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. Sorry, I'm late. Then, silence. Dead silence. Ellipses. Further ellipses. Ellipses intensify. Epic ellipses courtroom action. Silence. Hey Nick! Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up. Let's do some light juggling, that'd be brilliant. Hold it! Hold it? Hold it! Even voice recognition, at times. Old bag, the security lady. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it? She said because she saw him going to the studio. Right, the Seal Samurai. Always press harder! I don't see anything we can use here. The detective Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word? Perhaps not. She seems to have also given the detective that photograph. Of course I heard all this after the fact. That photograph. Meaning the one taken by the security camera. She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammer. I don't think there's anything in there I can use. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. Hold it! There must be something. There really must be something. You asked to be left out? Yes. It seems that everyone else was questioned. And I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. You can't just, ask to be, not questioned. You can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that, since we were in a meeting, there was no way we could have been involved. Thus, they covered for us. Covered for you. Or covered up for you. There must have been a lot riding on it with all those bigwigs in the meeting. I'm sure our professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Hold it! This is quite a long testimony, actually. And the pressing things are quite long as well. The script and your direction notes. Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Always press harder. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio 1 for rehearsal. Why did you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder after. Wait, how did. She didn't know about the murder at that point. Who could think of rehearsing after that? She didn't know about the murder at that point. Oh, very well. Miss Vasquez, please continue. And Edgeworth is the only one that realised that. Come on, Phoenix. You're supposed to be an ace attorney. That was terrible. Terrible reaction times. Your Honour, I have an objection to the witness's last statement. So Edgeworth's doing the cross-examination now. Think, Miss Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before we're in Studio 1. What an idiot, that's a junior slip-up, come on. Order! Mr. Edgeworth! Ellipses. What you've just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to defense? We just want the truth! I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation? Yay, Edgeworth is on our side! He's a nice guy, really. Deep down at heart. You know, Phoenix Wright, Miles Edgeworth, OTP, all years. OTP of the year every single year. I was just clearing my throat! I was just getting ready to go to the objection! No! The game's not gonna let me say objection!